Good morning. Welcome to our show. It is the trading day, the 20th of April, 2020, end of day, and we're going to see how we did, what our moves were, how we're thinking to move forward. Ming, do you want to go?
Good morning, Z. Thank you for having me on the show today.
You're going to do the intro next time.
I'll pull it up. Let's see. I'll go first this time since you went first last time.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see what has happened on Monday, the trading day Monday. And I haven't opened my app yet either, so.
Okay. How's this sound? Before we open up, we need to do a prediction and then we open up.
Okay, fair. What is your prediction?
Okay. My prediction is that I am between 4,300 and 4,500. Let's see. Okay. Slightly better. 4.631.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Thank you. Bit of a nothing day.
Did you make any moves?
Nope. I guess I have a bunch of things that are expiring today, April 20th.
Yeah.
Actually, should have expired already. I don't know why it hasn't expired. I don't know why it's still in my portfolio. The only two things I really have going for me right now are the Zoom call and the space call. Yesterday was sort of like a difficult day, I think, for a lot. I mean, the oil prices seem to dominate the sentiment.
Yeah.
Zoom went down a little bit, so the last was $20. My price was 23, and space went up a little bit. It's gonna need to go up a lot more in order to make money, but went up a little bit, and yeah, pretty much stayed. Yeah, not too much, man. What about you?
Okay, so for prediction, I'm going to assume I went down. In the middle of the night, I didn't look at my balance, but I did see, I opened Yahoo Finance and I saw that the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, had gone down a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I assume that I'm going to be between 650 and 700.
Do you have SPY calls?
I have a SPY call and some SPY puts. And remember, I bought the SPY call at 310 and the SPY put at like quite low. I think it's at 200 actually.
I remember that.
And I think that now SPY has come back into this range where I basically don't get paid. So
Yeah, you need to move one way or the other, right?
yes.
In a big
So
way. Okay.
let's take a look and see where
sorry.
I'm at. Oh, okay. Not quite as bad as I thought. I'm at $763.80.
Cool.
So I went down a little bit, but not too much. My SPY call definitely went down. I had some things that expired yesterday. I think I had 3 puts that expired yesterday for $0. And this SPY call did go down, but all of my SPY puts went up a little bit.
Okay.
And I had some SPY puts that I purchased previously for May 15th expiry. And so I have a total of 5 SPY puts that expire 5/15. And all of those went up a bit yesterday, which is why my balance went up. Yeah.
We have our lunch coming up soon, 10 days or 9 days.
Yes. Yes,
So
indeed.
may the best man win.
Looking forward to another free lunch.
I enjoy buying you free lunches days before the positions reverse.
Yes. So how many SPY puts do you have right now? Have you sold all of them?
I actually only have one. Let's see.
You
Yeah.
have one contract left?
Yeah. I have a SPY put June 30th, 202. Strange number.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have. That's my, I think Zoom still is a very bearish play. So I have Zoom and the SPY put. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it seems like the markets, I think the only way that, I don't know what to do about Zoom. Obviously, as more and more states open up and if there's no recurrence of the virus, then, it's logical that Zoom may not be able to hold on to these customers that they've gained during this virus.
Right.
But I kind of don't want to sell my Zoom calls until they're positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope that I can like at least sell one of them this week. I hope at least one of them isn't, I'm able to gain a little bit on one of the Zoom calls at least. I hope.
That makes sense. Oh, I forgot. I did make one move yesterday, and it was kind of impulsive and a little bit silly, which is I bought a put on Gilead, Gilead, GILD. I bought a contract for $60, so the average cost of 60 cents per contract, and that expires on Friday with a strike price of $75.
And what is it now?
It's $81.62.
Did Gilead go down?
Gilead did go down by 3% today.
Oh, good.
But it's hovering around this new level, and if you look at like the past charts, you'll see it goes up by like 10%, goes down by 10%, goes up by 10%, and usually only sticks around the up or down for about a week. So I'm betting that it will go down again by the end of this week. I haven't made much money. I've made 10% basically. So okay. I bought it for $60 and it's now worth $66. I would like it to be worth $120.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
Actually, I have a question. When you sold those Starbucks calls, I'm just trying to figure out the math, right? So yes. You sold the Starbucks calls on the date of expiration.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what was your, I'm curious, right? The price that you sold the call at?
Yeah.
You made about $300, is that right?
I can check right now.
Well, I guess the question I'm trying to figure out right now is, who bought that? Like, did you make more money selling the option than if you had? Well, technically, if you exercise the call, you own the stock, and your gain is just on paper. But I'm just wondering, is the price that you sold for that option, even though it expired on the day, higher than if you had exercised?
The price that I sold it for was higher than if I had exercised, yes. I think what people are betting is that there'll be a bit of momentum in the stock. It only needs to go up $1 in order for them to then, execute the trade and then make money on it. Okay. So it's not a big shift in the stock at that point. I mean, actually, it's still a relatively big shift for Starbucks. I think it's like a 1.5% jump up in order for them to end up in the money at the end of the day. So I'm also quite curious who buys these. And I think it may just be the day traders at the end of the day. They see the momentum in the stock and they'll buy an option and then sell it once it's literally 1% up, and they'll make that spread, which can be pretty lucrative. But definitely not for, I did not want to hold on to that and then own the stock.
Sure.
And I definitely, I definitely earned more money by selling it than if I had let it be reconciled into the stock and then I get that stock in my account.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm currently just waiting. I don't know. This market is interesting right now.
Yes.
I'm wondering what this is gonna.
What do you think about oil? You saw how much it dipped last night for us, but yesterday day for the U.S. Like negative $30 for crude oil. That's insane. I mean, granted, it was very, very short-lived. I think now crude oil is like $1 or something, right? But wow, that is kind of insane.
Yeah, I don't know enough about oil, but if you can find like some type of play that we can do to be bullish on oil, I think that could be interesting to take a look at, because obviously the market is going to come back and all prices have to rise a little bit.
Yeah, at least a little bit.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there are any bullish plays we can make on oil, because it has to come back up.
Yeah, I think so too. I was reading somewhere that maybe USO, stock ticker USO, is about as close as you can get, but otherwise it's hard to actually own the barrels of oil and buy and sell them unless you're a commodities trader. And I don't think we
Right.
have any access to that system.
Yeah.
Not easily at this point, right? We're not going to use our trading app to be able to get there. We'd have to go through some hoops, and we're not going to catch it in time.
Yeah, and then there's only so many barrels of oil you could fit in your room.
Right. I mean, yeah, at least a few.
Yeah,
But if people are paying me $35 per barrel to put it in here, I mean,
that's true.
I'm kind of okay.
Yeah.
One other stock that just came on my radar yesterday. Have you looked at Shopify?
I own some Shopify.
Really?
Um,
Have you seen what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
done recently?
Sorry?
Have you
Yeah,
seen what
I
it's
don't
done?
want to look. I don't want to look at it because I'm annoyed that I didn't buy. But I really think that this whole interest, because I have a e-commerce brand, and my products took a major hit at the beginning of this whole lockdown, and so did a lot of my friends
Yeah.
who run e-commerce brands. But I've been reading that e-commerce has actually been exploding.
Yeah.
So if I had enjoyed like strong sales, and my other friends were as well, I definitely would have bought more Shopify calls. I would have bought Shopify calls, but because from a personal, like my own personal experiences with Shopify was so low, so I was like, no way, Shopify's gonna really struggle during this.
Right. Wow. I mean, I'm just looking at the stock price now, and it's April 2nd, it was at 350. And today, just less than 20 days later, it's at 630.
Wow.
That's, I mean, 90% increase in less than 20 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I had some insight into that. We could have done that. I should have. I don't know. Nothing I could have done there. I really thought that Shopify was screwed. That's why I didn't do it.
I mean, that's a fair assumption. It's like a lot of these small players, small businesses, even if they have shops online, they're going to be impacted so heavily that
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to do business, and they're going to close their Shopify stores. But what we're seeing is actually a lot of these smaller mom and pop shops are now jumping onto e-commerce, and Shopify is the right solution. So Shopify revenue is going to jump up.
Yeah. I think it's. I imagine that there's a certain type of product that is propping up Shopify sales right now, because there are lots of other types of products that have sunk in terms of, like luxury items, discretionary items like sunglasses and things like that. People can't go out; they're not buying them, and that's one of the biggest decliners. But yeah, there must be other items that are selling very well right now.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just don't know what they are.
So why are you thinking of getting some Shopify calls?
Well, now I feel like it's too late.
That's how I always think, and that's why we never make money.
Yeah.
Good thing.
It's funny, by the time the news reaches our ears or eyes off the internet, typically it's like too late or feels too late, right? We kind of need to have a better intuition about where things are going to go and who the big winners and losers are going to be. And so far, I don't feel I have that intuition at all.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, I thought that being plugged into Reddit would give us this insight, but they seem to be just as slow.
Yeah, just as clueless. Well, and there's
Yeah.
a few posts on there that are very insightful, and they're calling it right, but it's like the signal and the noise, right? For every one of the people that's calling it right, you have like 80 that are calling it wrong or just don't know. And
Yeah.
you can't even come up with the belief that that thing is right, because
Yeah.
there's so many dissenting opinions to what the people that are right are saying. So
Yeah, so tell you what, here's my move. I'm going to try to sell space. Hopefully there's a bit of a bump. and I very open to looking at Shopify actually. When is their earnings? You'd have to buy before their earnings. Let me look. Okay. You need to buy. Remember the rule about implied volatility?
Yes.
Like the option price spikes before the earnings announcement.
Yeah.
So don't hold it till then. So I'm going to probably, I hope that this week there's a bit of a bump. I can sell my space call for a bit of profit, and then I'm going to plow it into Shopify before May 6th.
Oh, okay. That actually gives us a bit of time. That's not bad.
Yeah. And then I'll sell it before May 6th. 629 right now. I think it has more to go.
I think so too. It's getting a lot of hype in the news right now. A lot of people are seeing it as one of the big winners.
Yeah.
I think that there's going to be a lot of people that just buy into Shopify now, and especially before their earnings call. And well, if their earnings call goes well, then they will get a huge bump. But I don't think their earnings call will show any massive uptake, or it will be significantly better. I think it'll just be pretty good. So it probably doesn't justify holding the call or holding onto a call through the earnings call that they have, right?
Yeah, in fact, I might do something really foolish tonight. We'll see. You got me excited about Shopify. Let's see. I'm definitely going to be awake at 9:30 tonight. Just plan what to do.
Well, I'm also looking at some other like YouTube videos, Reddit posts, just about this impending doom and gloom. Still, like most of the news, most of the articles out there are about the market just crashing down over the next few months, and maybe not the precipitous drop that we've been expecting or kind of wanted to happen because of the Fed money printer, but now we're seeing that things are remaining to shut down. Oil is getting completely slammed. A whole bunch of these smaller oil companies are going to fold into bankruptcy. The federal stimulus has not been enough, especially for small businesses. Like they're continuing to shut down, or they don't have access to capital. Yeah. The funding has dried up. I think we'll see another stimulus bill come through though, and that will probably be approved, and that will prop up the markets again for a little bit of time. But still, everybody is a bear out there right now. Everybody is thinking the market is eventually going to drop down. But that's on like, say, a little bit of YouTube, a little bit of Wall Street Bets, a little bit of other investing subreddits. On the flip side of things, I watched a YouTube video of Ray Dalio, and he doesn't think that the markets will really come down much because of all of the stimulus that's going in. And I think he's arguably smarter than I am when it comes to this type of stuff. I'll forward that over to you so you can just watch it and see if it's interesting.
So here's a quick tip for you. I think I might, if this is true, I might do this. At least these are things I know better. So, okay, if Shopify is crushing it, that means that Facebook must be crushing it too. Because Shopify, there's no traffic. It's not an Amazon. These shops are going to have to advertise to get eyeballs, and they're all advertising on Facebook. So I wonder whether Facebook could be an interesting call right now, where their advertising revenue, I'm sure it's dropped in many other places, but if e-commerce indeed is booming, then Facebook advertising is getting a big portion of their, basically you cannot have e-commerce without advertising, and Facebook's where it's at. I may look at Facebook too. And Facebook's been kind of ignored.
Yeah, very true. But where else are people buying ads right now? Where are people consuming? It's still 100% Instagram and Facebook. And if you need to now get the eyeballs of a customer on something, it now needs to be social media. 100%.
Yeah.
And people now have more time to be on social media, being at home so much. And so the advertising revenue must be going up because the cost per click or the cost per impression may be the same, but they're getting a lot more of them over the last couple months. So that's really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I may actually sell. I think to free up some cash, I may sell one of my Zoom.
That's cool. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I would really like to sell this Gilead put for a little bit of money. Um,
Yeah.
and I would like SPY to move enough that I could sell my kind of straddle option play and then reposition again. So I'm just waiting for these two things to happen.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I hope that I do still buy you lunch end of this month, because that would be quite terrible and tragic for me. But
You know you will have to send it over by like delivery food rider or something, and then we will enjoy lunch together.
yep, I realized that. Yeah, we should. In fact, we should do a lunch special on April 30th.
Yes.
Lunch call on April 30th.
Yeah, let's do
Next
that.
Thursday. Okay.
Has Uber stock and some of these others been rising as well? Because the ride sharing or the ride portion has definitely gone down, but potentially the delivery portion must be going up right now. Like,
Not too bad. It's $28 Uber.
from a low of
Yeah.
21 a month ago. That's it's not a bad increase.
40. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
that's nearly 10%. I mean, 50%.
Wow, they dropped in that big pullback. They dropped down to $14, $14.40. So they've 100% increased since that. Pretty good.
I guess there's more to talk about when it's a big upward one day. Yesterday was a little bit sideways, right?
Yeah. So when things don't move one way or the other, we're just stuck holding our positions.
Yeah, and when things don't move one way or the other, all our options lose value because there's less volatility.
Yes, exactly. Okay, that's the show. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. We'll be here tomorrow discussing the moves that we do.
See you.
See you tomorrow.